Hello, fam, and welcome to another news update from Niger News Monger. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We have quite a few updates today, so let's dive right into them. First is the unfortunate demise of sister to the Taraba State Governor at Sikefas due to an unfortunate accidental discharge by a member of her security detail during a bandit attack along Wukari Kente Road on December 5. She was also with the governor's mother at the time. Reports say the suspected bandits had targeted Governor Kefas's mother for a KIDNAP when they attacked the convoy. Atsi was initially rushed to the Federal University Teaching Hospital Wukari, where her condition was stabilized before she was flown to Abuja for further treatment. The family sources reveal that doctors had been battling to save her life in a private hospital since then, before she finally died, and I believe that was yesterday. We haven't heard from the state government though concerning her plight at this time. Well, we at Niger Newsmonger hope we definitely pray that her soul rests in peace. In a stunning move, a Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja yesterday barred human rights activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising, or distributing the hard or soft copies of his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. A similar order was issued by an Oyo State High Court, which also ordered or granted an interim order restraining Farotimi or any person acting through him from further printing the controversial book. The activist lawyer is currently embroiled in a legal battle over the controversial book. Recall the police arraigned Farotimi before the Federal High Court in Ekiti State, as well as an Ekiti State Magistrates Court at Do-Ekiti, on charges bordering on defamation and cyberbullying, stemming from a petition by legal luminary and senior advocate of Nigeria, Are Afe Babalola, alleging that Farotimi defamed him in his book. According to the police, Farotimi in the book accused Babalola and other senior advocates of Nigeria of corrupting justices of the Supreme Court. Following his arraignment in court, Farotimi has been remanded in prison. Yesterday, Justice Peter Kekemeke in Abuja heard an ex parte application filed by the managing partner at Afe Babalola's law firm, Kehinde Ogunwumiju, who is an SAN, praying for the seizure of the controversial book. In granting Ogunwumiju's prayers, the judge barred the agents, publishers, distributors, sellers, republishers, resellers, or any other person from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising, or distributing the physical, hard, digital, soft copies of the book online, electronically, physically, or by any other means, including the social media. The judge also granted an order of interim injunction in quote directing the seizure of all physical copies of the book, wherever they may be found by the Nigeria Police Force, the State Security Service, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and all other security agencies. The order was granted pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice for interlocutory injunction dated and filed on December 6, 2024. The court also ordered that relevant security agencies should file an affidavit demonstrating compliance with the orders within 72 hours of the receipt of the ruling. Wow. In a similar development, an Oyo State High Court granted an interim order restraining Farotimi or any person acting through him from further printing the controversial book. The order was granted by Justice Mufutau Adeboye following an ex parte application made by Adeboye Adenipekun, a senior advocate of Nigeria, on behalf of Afe Babalola law firm. The motion for an interlocutory injunction in this case is scheduled for hearing on January 7 of 2025. Operatives of the Nigerian police have reportedly they reportedly arrested Farotimi on December 2 and they transported him to Ekiti State where he appeared before a magistrate's court on Wednesday, December 4th. It is not clear right now what effect, if any, this will have on the sale of digital copies of the book on platforms in the West, such as Amazon. So Niger Newsmonger is keeping an eye out on this. And of course, if I have an update, I will be back, my people, to update you. Our next update is the recent drama showing Edo Governor's struggle with pronouncing his 2025 budget figure. Let's watch the video.
The Edo State 2025 appropriation bill of 605 billion 76 million 76, let me take it again, 506 billion 605 billion, sorry, 776 billion, sorry, it's confusing me. Okay, Six.
Order in the house, please. Mr. Speaker must be held in silence, please.
605 billion, and details of the budget proposal for your consideration and approval. Thank you for your kind consideration.
Monday, Okpebholo had on Tuesday presented an estimated 605 billion naira budget for the 2025 fiscal year at the Edo State House of Assembly. The budget was titled Budget of Renewed Hope for a Rising Edo, and it reflected a 25% increase over last year's budget. However, the governor, while unveiling the appropriation bill, noticeably stuttered as he tried to pronounce the 605 billion naira mark.
605 billion.
He ended up saying, "This is confusing me." Before we could react to the first video, a second one also trended, claiming the first one was a deep fake. Let's watch.
Mr. Speaker, the proposed budget size for 2025 fiscal year is 605 billion. This is 25% increase from the 2024 budget. 35% of this sum, amounting to 223 billion, will be deducted for recurrent expenditure, which the remaining 381 billion, which represents 65%, will go into capital projects, road infrastructure.
Niger Newsmonger now stepped in to know the truth of the matter. And that was how we discovered Governor Okpebholo's 2008 WAEC results, showing he had D7 in commerce, D7 in Christian religious knowledge, D7 in English, D7 in economics, E8 in government, and C5 in mathematics. That means the man passed mathematics with a credit now. C5, Abi? So what could have gone wrong, or what else can go wrong in the next 5 years? Edo people now don't enter one chance. You know, the biggest surprise for me that Yoruba people will call Kayefi, was that my people, he failed government. He got E8 in government. And he's now in government. Magic plenty for Nigeria. Governor Okpebholo, káre láì múra sí ìwà àti APC iṣẹ́ lẹ ṣe. Our next update is from Dino Melaye as he celebrates Yahaya Bello's detention in Kuje prison. You might recall that Dino had predicted 6 years ago that Yahaya Bello would end up in prison. Well, Dino has returned on X, which is Twitter, to say, in quote, Yahaya Bello will be spending Christmas in Kuje prison. all powers belong to.
Do you know Yahaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? I know Yahaya Bello máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Do you know GYB máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba? We know GYB máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n lẹ́yìn ìjọba. Ìwọ Yàyà, you Yàyà, kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ? Ẹni tí mo bẹ́ lórí tó ń ṣẹ̀nu wúyẹ́, kí ló tún kù tí ó sọ?
Bello, who served as governor from 2016 to 2023, faces charges related to the mismanagement of state funds, as well as accusations of embezzlement and abuse of office. He's facing trial alongside two others on allegations of 110 billion naira in money laundering brought against him by the EFCC. I don't know where they get this money from. 110 billion. At least you people should clap for me now. I pronounced it well. The second defendant, Umar Oricha, was granted bail in the amount of 300 million with two sureties. Bello is currently in the segregation cell, which is a VIP section of Kuje and is meant for elite inmates. So he might be comparing notes right now with former CBN Governor Emefiele. Emefiele will say, "Oh boy, I hope say them no seize any of your property." Yahaya will say, wait, they won't say, you think say I be mumu like you. I don't think I said to my family now, if they like, make them lock me here till Jesus comes. I'm ready for them. I don't say to every matter, including my side chicks, my children, and my wife. I will leave small for my village people. Make them leave me alone. In a moving update, 18-year-old Briton Marcus Fakana has been sentenced to a year in prison in Dubai after a holiday romance with a girl who was 17 at the time. Marcus was with his family in the UAE on holiday when he met the girl Pooja Kaur, who's also from London and is now 18. Marcus was arrested and charged after the girl's mother, Davinda Kaur, pictured here, found their chats, pictures, and morning after pill when they got back to the UK and called Dubai police.
Welcome to Sky News today. We begin with a bit of breaking news. And 18-year-old Marcus Fakana has been sentenced to 1 year in prison in Dubai. This is for sex with a British Indian girl who is currently 18 but was 17 at the time. But he's been sentenced to 1 year in Dubai prison.
Netizens have been calling for action against the girl's mother, claiming she is racist. Well, fam, just be careful when you travel to Dubai. It's a different world out there. And there are many other lovely places you can go on vacation, honestly. Right here in Africa, including Egypt and Morocco. I have been to Morocco. It's beautiful. The beaches are straight out of postcards. Another thing that is baffling me, though, is how fast the Dubai courts were in trying and sentencing the guy. I haven't seen justice that fast in any other part of the world. I mean, see Luigi Mangione, the one that fired someone in broad daylight in the States. They're still fighting extradition to New York. The real trial is not even anywhere in view. Moving on, the constant barrage of criticism for the new Tory leader, Kemi Badenoch, continues as VP Shettima charges, "You can remove Kemi from your name," accusing her of denigrating Nigeria. This is following the revelation by the chairman and CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abikedabi Iriwa, that her office reached out to Kemi Badenoch but received no response. Well, my take on this is that Kemi should be left at this point to adopt whatever identities she chooses. I understand she's a public figure, but you know there are two sides to this argument. If you respect her right to privacy, then you must acknowledge that she can choose whatever identity she prefers to display to the world. Now, if you say she's a public figure and therefore should not have a private life, which is odd, then you must acknowledge that as a public figure, she has to choose an identity that serves her public persona. And she obviously doesn't think identifying with Nigeria has any advantage. Listen carefully, I'll take that again. She doesn't think identifying with Nigeria has any advantage. As a Nigerian, I would take that as feedback to see things I probably should be doing differently. Yes, honestly, to me, this is more um, about what Nigeria has to offer than being about Kemi Badenoch. Besides, Kemi is still young, in my opinion, and might change her mind and see things differently, say 15 to 20 years from now. Right. If you discuss the same, if you have the same discussion with her in that time, don't be surprised if her thoughts have changed and she's now speaking more positively about Nigeria. But for now, Nigeria is simply not a favorable component to add to her story. My fellow Nigerians know that and know peace. Next, we have a question for RCCG GO, Pastor Adeboye, who said a pastor was detained abroad for addressing the congregation as ladies and gentlemen. Baba Adeboye conveniently omitted the name of the country. Well, first of all, the countries that value diversity to that extent, they are all in the West, Baba. They also respect the rule of law. And there is no law that I know in the West that criminalizes a civil um, omission such as this one. So we encourage you to either name the country or clarify if this is a false or exaggerated information so that the public is not unduly misled. I don't talk my own. No. Finally, Bobrisky is in pain as he opens up about the personal challenges of womanhood. No let Portable hear you shout. Calling himself a complete woman and citing his painful experiences with his monthly menstrual flow. One netizen commented, I dey wait to hear pregnancy next month. That period you no go see. Bobrisky, I hope this is not part of your ploy for your asylum claim because I just don't understand this your post at all. It's just weird. Anyway, welcome to the club now. I want to show. It's a secret I'm telling you, Shao. Have you noticed that no other woman comes online to say they are complete women? So this your post gives the impression that you yourself, you are the one missing something in yourself. I'll repeat it, Bobrisky. This your post gives the impression that you yourself are the one missing something in yourself. Well, fam, we have come to the end of today's update. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Until then, it is Aiga Fu Se Anjima O Dabo.